Come. Come near the campfire. I'm gonna tell you a story. A story that will scare you so much you will not be able to sleep. Consider this a warning. You will never be able to sleep again. You have been warned. So, our story starts in a tiny house where the guy inside is packing. He's packing because he recently bought a new house. His old one is small and cramped and lived there for 3 years and felt it was time for a change. So, the guy is packing and packing and packing until he hears a knock on the door. Curious, he goes to answer the door. He opens the door and sees a little girl dressed in rags with black hair. The girl opens her mouth and says, "May I have a towel, please? I'm cold and wet." Feeling remorse for the little girl, he reaches over and gives her a towel. The girl leaves, and not thinking much of it, he gets back to packing his stuff. The next day comes, and the guy's still packing. He's packing because he didn't finish it the day before. He's packing and packing and packing until he hears a knock on the door. Curious, he goes to answer the door. It's the same girl. She opens her mouth and says, "May I have a towel, please? I'm cold and wet." Confused, he reaches over and gives her a towel. The girl starts to walk away, and the guy thinks to himself, where did she go? He watches her walk down the street, and once she reaches the end, the towel drops. The girl vanished. He's scared out of his mind. Did I really see that? Am I dreaming? He closes the door in fear. Later that night, he decides to read the newspaper that he got this morning. The newspaper said, "Missing girl." He looks more into it and sees the same girl he's been seeing. The one in rags, the one in black hair. It was her. Her name, Emily, went missing a day ago. The day he saw her. He puts the newspaper down and decides to go to bed. The next day comes around, and the guy is seen pacing back and forth, thinking to himself, that was Emily. Has to be. Will she come today? He rushes to go get the door. He opens it. It was Emily. The little girl opens her mouth and says, "May I have a towel, please? I'm cold and wet." He's about to reach over to get a towel. He thinks to himself, that's Emily. It has to be. I need to ask her. He gives her the towel. And right when she was about to leave, he asks, "Are you Emily?" The girl turns around and says, "Yes!"